Knowing food digestion, it is best to know first of all peristalsis. What is peristalsis? How it is produced and where it is produced. Peristalsis. It is a wave of muscular contraction that moves food unidirectionally along the alimentary canal in a caudal direction. Caudal, caudal direction, that is from mouth to anus. It is produced by alternate contraction and relaxation of circular and longitudinal smooth muscles which are found within alimentary canal wall. It firstly generates in esophagus after the food has been swallowed and then progress towards the caudal direction. Now let's know about food digestion. The digestion and absorption of food occurs within alimentary canal component of the digestive system. The food digestion happens only in three sections of alimentary canal, and these three sections of alimentary canal are buccal cavity, stomach and small intestine. Food digestion begins in buccal cavity and ends in last segment of a small intestine, which is named ileum. In our alimentary canal, food digestion happens by two methods, which are named as mechanical digestion and chemical digestion. Mechanical digestion is the physical breakdown of large size food into a small size. Chemical digestion is the enzymatic breakdown of large size food into a small size. In buccal cavity, chewing, meaning mastication of food. In stomach, churning of food, churning, churning of food. In small intestine, segmentation, contraction and relaxation are mechanical digestion. That is chewing of food within buccal cavity, churning of food within stomach, and segmentation, contraction and relaxation within small intestine are mechanical digestion of food. Now, no chemical digestion. In buccal cavity, a starch digestive enzyme which is named salivary amylase or alpha amylase or ptyalin, Ptyalin, digest starch into dextrin and dextrin into maltose, Dextrin, dextrin. Stomach. In stomach, two types of protein digestive enzyme are present, and in stomach mainly protein digestion happens. The two digestive enzymes which are present in gastric juice of stomach are named as pepsinogen and prorenin. Both pepsinogen and prorenin are the two inactive protein digestive enzyme. The inactive protein digestive enzyme needs hydrochloric acid for its activation. When pepsinogen comes in contact with hydrochloric acid, pepsinogen becomes activated, and the activated form of pepsinogen is pepsin. Similarly, when prorenin comes in contact with hydrochloric acid, it becomes activated, and the activated form of prorenin is renin. And in this way, hydrochloric acid is very important for protein digestion. Hydrochloric acid is not only important for protein digestion, but it is also important for killing germs. It is also important for maintaining the pH of stomach. Now, pepsin breaks down protein into proteose and peptone. Proteos, proteose. Peptone, peptone. Proteose and peptone are the breakdown products of protein. The milk that we drink contains a special type of protein which is named casein. Caesin. Casein. Renin, which is the active form of prorenin, is very important for curdling the milk. Renin converts casein into paracasein and paracasein into calcium paracaseinate. Calcium paracaseinate is called curd. C-U-R-D, curd. After that, pepsin acts on calcium paracaseinate and breaks down calcium paracaseinate into polypeptide. A chain of 20 to 50 amino acid is called polypeptide. Now, let's know about chemical digestion that take place within small intestine. Trypsinogen, chymotrypsinogen and procarboxypeptidase are found in pancreatic juice, and these three enzymes, that is trypsinogen, chymotrypsinogen and procarboxypeptidase, are inactive protein digestive enzyme. It also needs activation, but for its activation hydrochloric acid is not needed. One special type of enzyme is needed which is secreted only by a small intestine, and that very special type of enzyme which is needed for the activation of trypsinogen, chymotrypsinogen and procarboxypeptidase is named enterokinase. This enterokinase activates trypsinogen into active trypsin, and the active trypsin in turn activates chymotrypsinogen into active chymotrypsin, and the active chymotrypsin in turn activates procarboxypeptidase into carboxypeptidase, and in this way trypsin, chymotrypsin and carboxypeptidase forms from its inactivated form. Now, trypsin, chymotrypsin and carboxypeptidase breaks down protein into oligopeptide and free amino acid. Here, oligopeptide is a chain of 2 to 20 amino acids. Now, pancreatic amylase, also called amylopsin, 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 breaks down starch into maltose. Pancreatic lipase breaks down fat into fatty acid and glycerol, but fat that comes from stomach into small intestine coagulates and becomes large globule, which makes fat digestive enzyme lipase difficult for its breakdown into fatty acid and glycerol, and for which emulsification is needed for the fat digestion, and for emulsification bile salt is needed, and we know bile salt is found in bile juice. This bile salt breaks down large fat globule into a smaller droplet, and then the smaller droplet increases the surface area for fat digestive enzyme lipase to act and break down it into fatty acid and glycerol. Nucleotidase enzyme of pancreatic juice breaks down nucleic acid into nucleoside and phosphate. I have also told you that a small intestine also having a special type of gland which is named intestinal gland, and in a small intestine two types of intestinal gland are present, in which one is crypts of Leverkusen and other one is Brunner's gland. The secretion of these two glands is known as intestinal juice or succus entericus. Maltase of intestinal juice digest maltose into 2 glucose units. Lactase of intestinal juice digest lactose into glucose and galactose. Sucrase of intestinal juice digest sucrose into glucose and fructose. Nucleosidase of intestinal juice digest nucleoside into nitrogen base and sugar. In the next video, I will tell you about respiration, because the first unit of life process, that is nutrition, has been completed. So next unit of life process is respiration. So in the next video I will tell you about respiration. Thanks.